I think they've seen us change our minds too often. They've seen ministers give concessions to our planning schemes, and therefore we've lost the trust of the community. And I think we need to re-engage our community, and we need to start using strategies that they can understand. Rather than actually giving them a planning scheme, maybe we could actually use techniques like this that we sponsored with the university. Here's one of our streets, Victoria Street, Richmond, inner city. And we could say, well, what do you think of 4 stories, 20% take up? You can see the grey pieces dropping in. Well, what do you think of 4 stories, 60% take up? And at that stage, I suspect the community starts to get worried about the changing character of that street. What about 4 stories, 60% take up and 7-metre setback? And maybe people look at that and say, well, that's not too bad. We've now got mechanisms that we can actually talk around an illustration of the street rather than a document that I think most people don't understand. And then when they get the result of that document, they're disappointed. This is a street close to where I live, and this trend's actually starting. If you go up the street, you can find a 5-story building sitting quite comfortably next to this building here. You can find a single-story retail tenancy that's now got 3 stories of residential above it, a density of about 200 people per hectare. And when you step back in the street, you can hardly see it hidden behind. There it is there, and the development goes back. So you can keep the character of these areas, but you can start to add back a residential population that will help the retail and actually help the vibrancy of the area. Here are some others.